Welcome. So glad you're here for day 10 of our 30 days to magically reduce your stress. So, today we're going to continue our standing yoga poses, our two mindfulness practices, and our one breath work. And we'll begin today with talking about a mindfulness practice. So, one of the practices that has become really important in my life is accountability. And accountability is really a powerful way to help you do what you say you're going to do, right? I heard a friend of mine recently talk about it more of capability. And you know that you're capable. And oftentimes we like to have other people in our lives help hold us capable or accountable. So I like to use those two interchangeably. So I want to share with you a tool that I've recently found. It's called focusmate.com. It's only $5 a month if you want to do more than 3 sessions, which a week, which is free. And it's a powerful way to do like a what we call a body doubling session. So you sign up to meet with somebody else in the community and you're on video with each other. And at the beginning, you check in and you say, hey, during this session, I'm going to write for, it's either a 25 or 50-minute session. I'm going to write for the next 50 minutes on my paper. I have a paper due soon. And this is great for things that challenge you, things that you don't want to do. And it's amazing because they'll tell you what they're going to do. You turn your microphone off, you still have your camera kind of up in the corner if you'd like, and you do what you're going to do. And for me, it's just, I think it's my ADHD. It's feeling unmotivated sometimes. Most of us want more motivation than what we have, but it's a powerful way at the end to just check in and you did it. And I don't know about you, but I'm much more likely to do something, especially those things that challenge me when I have somebody checking in with me. Did you do it or not? So I sit down, I focus. It's a mindfulness practice for me because I'm in the moment doing that which I say I'm going to do. Somebody is holding me capable, accountable. I'm going to check in with them afterwards that I did it. And it's great. It's so powerful. Great way to stay mindful in our instant gratification society because it would be so easy for me to check social media, to go do this, go do that, do these things that bring me more of that instant gratification versus the thing that I need to do. So that's our first mindfulness practice for today is finding a system for you that works, that helps you stay capable and accountable with each other. I used to have some friends and we would just text each other and like, I'm going to go do this now, go do it, especially like if it's getting out for a walk or exercise. And then you come back and you text them that you did it. So if you have things in your life that are challenging for you, encourage yourself to try that mindfulness practice out, capability, accountability. So the next one we're going to do is a little bit more fun. That's not always the most fun, but it's works. That's what's fun about it. This next one is we're going to do a breathing technique first, and then we'll do our second mindfulness one and then dive into our yoga practices. So this breathing technique is smell the flower, breathe in the flower, blow out the candle. This is a great one I use with kids, but it's also powerful for us adults. If you want, you can imagine your finger is a flower and you're going to smell it in with your nose, breathe into your nose, blow out your mouth like a candle, blowing out a candle, breathe in through the nose, blow out your candle out your mouth. Do it again. Keep going. So you can start to slow it down a little bit. You don't have to use your finger or hand. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth, in the nose, out the mouth, in the nose, out the mouth. Keep going. So I want to explain to you a little bit, as I've mentioned already. When we breathe in the nose, it cleanses the air that comes into our body. When we breathe out the mouth, whether it's forcefully or just casually, it actually helps to expel all that stale energy in the body. So when we breathe in and breathe out, we're releasing, we're letting go of that prana. So I like to do this one when I'm finding myself holding my breath, or I'm in a kind of an anxious or a stressful situation. Yesterday, I had a party with my friend. We were celebrating our birthdays, and just this anxiety of, is everyone going to come? Is anybody going to come? Is this stuff going to work or not? We had the wind starting to blow our tablecloths off the table, knocked over some flowers. So I'm just like breathing in the nose, breathing out the mouth, whether it's a sigh or blowing out the candle. Breathe in the nose, breathe out the mouth. And that formation of breathing out like you're blowing out a candle, again, is a nice little stretch through the face muscles, the mouth, the jaw, releases. So this ties in really well to my next mindfulness activity. As I mentioned at my party yesterday, we had some flowers. We had some sunflowers that were really beautiful. Those are the ones that were like falling off. And then my mother actually brought roses for myself and my co-birthday partner. So stopping to smell the roses. That's a beautiful mindfulness practice, right? So actually I'm going to breathe in this rose and smell it. And they didn't blow out candles yesterday. We thought about it, but just a fun analogy or a metaphor. So breathing in the rose. So you may not have a rose with you right now or any kind of flower, but stopping to smell the flowers it's again, it sounds so cliche, but it's so true. This is wherever you are in the world, there may or may not be flowers depending on the season. Outdoors, maybe indoors. But when was the last time you really stopped to smell the flowers or stopped to smell the rose? I'm not a big gardener myself, but I really do understand why people like to spend time gardening and work with the flowers, because it's just really a beautiful way to touch base with nature. So look at this rose. I'm showing it to you a little bit closely here. It's just beautiful. Like this rose came out of the earth from Mother Nature, and it's just a spark of beauty to me. It's like everything works together, right? The bees, the birds are, connecting with the flowers. The flowers bring beauty into our lives, part of our ecosystem with the plants on this planet that we live in, that we get to enjoy breathing in Mother Nature with. So stopping to smell the flowers and really just be mindful with our Mother Nature. And sometimes I just love to stare at my money tree back here. I'm noticing recently that it seems to be growing and getting a little taller. Just spending time in my neighborhood. There's many neighbors who have beautiful flowers. I just like to stop and look at the flowers, smell the flowers, just be mindful of the nature and the beauty that's all around us. So let's see, I'm going to see if I can leave this in the shot for us to enjoy. There we go. All right, now we're going to move into a few yoga poses. So we're going to step to our mat. Make sure you have room that's basically the length of a yoga mat here. So go ahead and come to the front of your mat. Stand in your mountain pose at the front of your mat. And just take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Feel yourself grounded. Remember that four corners that we talked about in our mountain pose. Feel yourself standing here, anchoring down through the earth and lifting the torso and the crown of the head up to the sky. And just take a deep breath in and out here. We're going to be doing a standing forward fold, a halfway lift, and downward facing dog. So let's bring our hands to our heart. And from this strength of our mountain, just inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And as we exhale, fold forward and down over your legs. So bend the knees here slightly. We always want to have a slight bend in the knees and hanging over the forward fold. So arms can dangle just like this, or you can hold on to opposite elbows. Even better yet, what I like to do is put the hands in the crooks of the elbows on the inside then you don't even have to hold on here. You just hang from the inside. While you're here, shake your head just gently, side to side, yes and no, releasing any stress and tension. This is our standing forward fold, aka ragdoll pose. And just let yourself sway and shift a little bit. I can definitely feel my lower back stretching here. Maybe the back of the legs, wherever you feel this is where your body needs to stretch and let go. So let's take 3 breaths in here together. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time, all together. Now let the arms hang back down, and you're going to walk your hands to your shins or your calves. So if you take a moment and look, we're doing a halfway lift with a really long spine. So you can see that my hips, I'm bent here at the hips, and then my body is straight. So from my back to the back of my head, I have a straight line, kind of like a table position. So I want to imagine that I have my favorite cup of tea or coffee on the table on my back, and I'm keeping it still. We want to be really cautious of rounding like this. And if you're rounded, it just means that you've got some tight muscles going on, right? The hips might be tight, the back might be tight. So do your best to hinge at the hips, reach your heart forward, and find length in your spine. So similar to what we did in our chair last week with the arms out, in the table down dog or the chair down dog. So this is a halfway lift. I guess it could be a chair half lift, or we call it our chair down dog. So forward fold, standing forward fold we just did, halfway lift. Next pose we're going to do is downward dog. So we're going to bring our hands to the ground and step back to downward dog. Now, most people have probably seen this pose or done this pose. We're going to walk out our dog a little bit. So depending on where you're tight or what's going on in your body, you may feel this in many different areas. We're essentially stretching the entire back of our body, right? So you can start to find some stillness. Back of the knees can be slightly bent. The heels reach to the ground, but it's likely that they'll never touch. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. We want to find length as we reach our chest towards our thighs. So if this is really challenging for you, you can have a shorter downward dog. Knees are slightly bent. And again, we're reaching that chest towards the thighs. Breathe here. So you're going to feel that really good stretch, right? In the back of the calves, back of the thighs, upper back, lower back, arms, pretty much everything. And you can shake out that head, little yes and no's. And just hold here and breathe. We're going to hold for 3 more breaths. Breathing in and out of the nose, unless you're a little stuffy. Breathe any way you can. And then begin to slowly walk your feet back towards the front of your mat. We're going to finish with those same poses again, starting with that standing forward fold. You can hang here. You can sway or dangle the arms, whatever feels good for you. 2 more breaths here. And then release the arms down. Bring the hands to the shins of the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. So nice long spine. Think of sticking your feet out behind you, looking down so the back of the neck is long. And then from here, we're going to slowly stand up, come back up into your mountain pose. Bring your hands to your heart. Just take a moment standing, taking a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Anchor yourself into your mountain pose. Once again, eyes can be opened or closed. I just take a moment to reflect on our practices today. Setting yourself up for being capable accountable, setting up places in your life that challenge you. It's amazing what you can do when you create new structure and support. And then taking time to stop and smell the roses, right? Or the flowers, whatever they might be, and actually getting out there and taking that time. Slow down, be with Mother Nature, connect, enjoy the flowers that are nearby, breathing that in, and then remembering that you can smell in the rose, the imaginary rose, and blow out the candle. Breathe in through the nose, out the mouth, blowing out that candle. A really fun one to do with the kids. You can also create some imagery around it about making a wish. Take a moment to make a wish. And then think about how can you make that wish come true? What is it that you could actually start to set up around accountability and being capable to make dreams towards that wish coming true? All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today for day 10. I hope that these practices are helpful and beneficial for you. Please drop a line, connect, let me know how they're showing up in your life and how you're practicing. And I hope you have a wonderful moment. If you'd like, just repeat after me to close our practice. The light inside of me honors and sees the light inside of you. And that means namaste and play. Hope you have a wonderful day.